let's go ahead and get started. So last week's episode, our in-person live straight from Austin, Texas, Season 5, Episode 10, I titled it Brunch, Books, and Battle. I don't know, you guys probably came up with a better one, but that's the best alliteration that I could come up with. Brunch, Books, and Battle. Yes, Charlotte?
Chris, you have to tell them what our session from last night was called, because Waldrick... okay, last night, somewhere, wherever Waldrick was, Waldrick through the Bard Force just felt waves of joy, because I get an inspo point. Wait, I have to tell you this real quick. My Bard, we're like in this house, and like these people were coming to like kill us or something. I don't know, bad things. So it's like, wait, I got it. I'll distract them. So I run out, and I'm just stripping down clothes and changing into my costume. I get out there because I'm College of Glamour, so I have enthralling performance.
Yeah.
So if people hear my performance for a minute, then
they're charmed.
Do a wisdom check, and if they fail, then I convince them what to do. I pulled out titty tassels and a red dressing gown.
Yeah, you did.
And did a song.
My dream.
A little feather dance.
I knew titty tassels were coming into this.
Yep. So I'm like, you know what? Wherever Valdrick is, she's like getting the titty tassel bard sense through the force.
I commented on this video on TikTok because hang on, somebody the last thing, I'm so sorry, because
That's
on
okay.
this same thread, somebody commented and was like, I have to find it. God, I stay commenting on TikTok. Somebody said, tell me about your D&D campaign / character as poorly as possible. And I said, demons, dragons, and nobody to wear all these custom ta-ta tassels. I got like thousands of likes on the comment.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just like that. That's a pretty good one. I mean,
Wow.
That's apt. From Valdrick's point of view, that's all I'm seeing right now. That's all I'm seeing. Nobody will put on my titty tassels.
Yep.
All this time to make custom ones, and nobody wants to wear them.
For what? Yeah.
Devastating.
I described to our players last night Valdrick's wardrobe, that you open it up and there's a selection of titty tassels. I made the joke of like, yep,
Comes out.
here's Janet Jackson's left boob one from the Super Bowl.
I do collect them. I have a collection of vintage titty tassels, some would call them.
Yeah.
Enchanted titty tassels.
Because we're gonna have to roll initiative. So my question last night was, hey, what are the stats on titty tassels? Is that like natural?
That's
armor,
unarmored defense, baby.
Missile snaring.
I'm like, can I say that my titty tassels are made of like,
Pew!
you know, like chainmail and get like chainmail stats?
3 shots of magic missile per titty tassel. Pew! Pew! Pew!
Oh, man. Okay, sorry, Chris, you can start.
You can go ahead, Chris.
Wonderful. Okay. So last session was our in-person session in Austin, Texas. Season 5, Episode 10, I titled it Brunch, Books, and Battle. Because most of the session was brunch. But then you ended up going to the archives where there are books, and ultimately, as in true Wench fashion, ended in battle.
Stanky gith Yankee.
Some stanky gith yanks.
That was booty.
Yeah, so we started the session with adding 2 new guest appearances by the likes of Asha, a druid dragonborn, and Pearl, a tiefling vampire wizard. We started the session with her waking up from this vision or dream. She wasn't really sure. It was just all these montage. As she had eventually described it to you guys, it was very much your adventures that she was having as a vision or dream. She woke up with a message in a bottle, the bottle just in her hand. They kind of discussed, eventually went down for brunch in the Sky Tavern that you guys are staying in. They happen to be staying in the same one. On their way down, they bumped into Xander, of which Pearl kind of flirted with a little bit before the wenches came out and were like, hey, you guys introduced each other. Anya was a little disgruntled with Xander for 2 reasons. One, because he was keeping guard of their door last night, and no one defends my honor. I'm on ya, rah rah. And then number two, there was a little undertone of jealousy, maybe, because he saw Pearl flirting with Xander. So there was that, and Anya scolded Xander. But after all that, you guys went down to brunch and decided to have brunch with these two ladies while the boys sat in their booth next door. You discussed a lot. There was some cat petting. Asha trying to make friends with Calliope's blink cat, Miss Margaret. Kind of hit or miss there. But eventually you learned that Pearl and Asha are from a small village in Waydora by the name of Wiggle Snort Hollow. And they were given this white jewel by an entity named Kevin. You don't really have any other information about Kevin. But eventually learned that, kind of took a little bit of discussing, that's why brunch took so long, but you eventually learned that Bahamut visited them in a vision and said, hey, you have a really powerful artifact that you don't really know what it is, and basically charged them to go meet you and deliver this jewel to you. So that's kind of why they're here, that's why they kind of met you, and you did crack the code of the bottle. You were able to get the bottle open. You learned that the etchings on it were Githyanki. You, through some spell work and some teamwork, were able to translate this note that said, kill the other ring seekers and your reward shall be infinite, written in Githyanki, seemingly questing Asha and Pearl to kill you guys, and there would be a big reward. So you guys kind of discussed, like, oh my gosh, like, do we trust you? You know, there's all this. Eventually decided to go with you to the archives to kind of help. And when you got there, you were looking for Keeper Zenith. You went up to the very first one and learned that it was not Keeper Zenith. In fact, it was a Githyanki in disguise who seemingly recognized you and attacked. And so that's kind of where we left off. Well, you of course killed the Githyanki. There were 3 of these cloaked figures. They attacked you. You guys dispensed of them, but not before Asha almost had a moment of, did have a moment dancing with death. Eventually
She was dancing with George Michael.
Yeah, she was on death's door, but was saved and stabilized, and that's where we leave off. Switching gears here. Bing bong bing, bing bong bing. So to kind of set the tone again, this is you're in this library in the sky. Basically, you're standing on solid ground, but you feel like you're on a cloud with all this just dormant fog that lays around. There are swirling, like, mini tornadoes that are not whipping around, but they're like in the shape of a tornado, kind of going around slowly. Pockets of them around this library, and they contain books. You didn't really get very far because you kind of broke into this fight. But because of this fight, the patrons here at this library are kind of going nuts. A fight broke out and they started running out as you guys fought them. The fight lasted maybe 30-45 seconds, but it's kind of chaotic, and you realize you're not sure if there's more gift to come. This new person that you're traveling with is on the ground in pain. Time is not on your side.
Oh, fuck. You said are there any Githyanki alive? We've killed everyone.
There are 3 that you killed. You're not really sure. Like I said, you just got here. It's kind of chaotic. Most of the people are flying out. They're Aarakocra. Some of them are just like, we just got here.
Okay. If there's any more Githyanki here, Speak now or hold your peace.
Most people aren't paying any mind to you. They're just running.
I will telepathically tell Tiernan to... Or did I do this last time? I don't remember. Did I tell them?
You did, yeah.
Basically to tell all the boys. Okay, alright.
I do remember that. Okay, so do we see, like... Is there, like, a definitive path that looks like maybe there would be more library keepers? Or, like, I'm looking for any indication that Zenith is somewhere.
Make an investigation check, but real quick. So, who sent the message out to the boys?
I told Tiernan
Anya.
to tell Xerxes, to tell Xander, to tell everyone.
Okay.
Longest telephone.
Yeah.
Ron told Hermione to tell Hagrid to tell you. My investigation is 21.
Okay. You hear Volgic in your head a message from Diamor. And he says, what did you guys do? There is chaos wherever you went.
Oh.
You're drawing a lot of attention by a lot of unwanted guests. Cabris is having an episode. I'm not really sure what's going on with him.
Cabris is having an episode.
But we're gonna... Valdric, what did you do?
Not our fault. Jumped by Stanky Githyanky. Trying to Githyanky us. It's fine now. Proceeding with mission. Tell Cabe, chill. XOXO Voldrick.
Someone's forcing him to scry. He's stuck. Githyanki headed your way,
I'm broadcasting this through the toe rings.
creating distraction. You have maybe 2 minutes. Find what you
Screaming.
need to find now.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
Would I vaguely know, like, with all the time that I have spent, at least in the Northwind Library and Archives, would I have a general knowledge of where we would need to go for, like, artifacts and shit, where the song would possibly be, since it's special to them?
Make a history check.
Okay.
And this would be kind of your it's like going to a guest house and knowing your way around the kitchen.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nice. It is very much like going to a guest house and knowing your way around the kitchen. Calliope goes to a library and just knows her way around. You get the sense that each of these, as you kind of are looking, and we'll say, Valdric, your assistance will help in this role. Your investigation, we'll just say they're both kind of one role. Each of these archive tornadoes, there's like a desk that circles them, and there's usually one library worker there that will kind of help guide people to what they need, and they'll fly up and they'll get the book and they'll bring it down. You get the sense that each tornado is its own section. So like, or tornado of elemental plane of fire history, or elemental plane of air history, and then specifically like the Zephyros history, and then fiction, and you do with your nat 20, find a music section. With the time limit that he gave you, I would like for everyone to roll initiative, because this is going to be like an environmental kind of turn order play here. I don't think we've ever done one of these. It's kind of like a chase, but you're racing against
So scary.
time. Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. Right
That's a
now,
4.
Asha and Pearl, for like the sake of the story, they're kind of Pearl is tending to Asha, and because she had near death, and then the two of them are kind of helping out panicking patrons as they are.
Chris,
Yes.
how big is the doorway to the library? Like the door that we entered through, or is this just kind of like an open space?
It's pretty. Let me go back to my picture. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's pretty open. In fact, every district of Zephyros is its own like cloud cluster, and so the whole archive is on its own cloud cluster. So everything can kind of be. I mean, there's maybe some taller buildings around the actual archive to kind of just contain these tornadoes that sit there and spin, but it's pretty open. Other than that, there's no door.
Okay. Never mind. I just thought I had this door.
Okay. Yeah, you get the sense that elemental plane of air, Zephyros, everything's open. Wind, breeze just goes everywhere. They seem to be like connected by all the wind and the air.
That's just fucking unhelpful.
Yeah. Except for the tavern that you guys were in. But okay, so
While we're moving, I would like to send message back to Diamor and literally just ask, like, what is he scrying? What does he see with his special eyes?
Or does that mean somebody's scrying him?
If somebody's forcing him to scry, it sounds like he's literally like,
Oh.
correct me if I'm wrong, like ghost writing.
That's horrifying. I would hate that.
yeah, you're not sure. Strange message from DMR to start things off tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, he better explain.
He
Be a big boy.
says
we made a commotion.
he says back, I don't know. Pain. Lots of pain. I'm trying to calm him so I can get words from him. We're also trying not to attract attention to ourselves.
That sounds bad. Everything sounds bad.
Creating an illusion of a gargoyle attack to distract the Gith Yankee.
Okay. I'm following you, Calliope.
Do the music section.
Okay. So we'll say, all right, so let me get everyone's initiatives. 25 to 20. 20 to 15.
17.
Oh, sorry,
Not a
mine was
15.
23.
Okay.
Sorry.
23. And then Calliope, yours was...
A 4.
Oh, I thought I heard you say your initiative. Okay, so 4, and then Solara.
15.
15. Gotcha.
I used up my really good roll for that nat 20. And now it is iffy if I'll have good rolls for the rest of the night.
Yeah. Okay, we'll say initiative starts now. He basically gave you like 2 minutes that he thinks this illusion of gargoyles is going to stall them before they are attracted to the commotion that's going on in the archives. And we'll say we'll start at 90 seconds. You have 90 seconds remaining. So, you spot Anya, you see Calliope spots one of the tornado that you guys, the music section that you guys are trying to get to. We'll say it's about maybe 100, 150 feet from you. We'll say 150. I've decided.
This is like the one time I don't want to go for it because I'm not doing it. I don't feel like there's anything helpful I can do at this moment. I think I'll try to move to the. Is there like a?
Like an entry point?
Door? Yes.
So,
I agree with that, so that you're not wasting movement coming back.
Yeah.
is there a what?
Is there like a door where everyone's gonna like a choke point where everyone's gonna come in?
Yeah, there's an opening. There's not an actual door, but there is an opening that people would come in, and it's the entrance that you guys came in. It's the entrance that everyone's kind of fleeing from right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is probably. I'm gonna try to move there, and I'm gonna cast snare on where I think people will step in that entryway.
Okay. All right.
So 5-foot radius on the ground. Circle becomes a magic trap. Trap is nearly invisible, requiring a successful intelligence check against your spell safety.
Okay. All right. So we'll say you spend your movement to get there. You cast snare. The door is now snared. I mean, there's people still fleeing out of it, and the doorway itself is probably like 20 feet wide. Are you able to cast it to the point where you pick like when it gets triggered, or how does that work?
No.
Because right now there's a lot of civilians just running through it.
I mean, I could tell them where it is.
Yeah, you kind of just like cone off like construction worker, just like, all right, watch out. Sure.
Move around.
Okay. It might not be
Okay.
as effective to get like any intruders, but the ones that are on that side, you might get. Okay, so you got the snare
I'll
in.
assist people with moving and wait there for when they inevitably come for us.
Okay. Valdrick, you and Clappy put your heads together. You spot the direction you need to go in. It's about 150 feet away. It is your turn.
Okay. Can I cast fly? And fly increases my speed to 60. Can I cast fly on myself, move, and then also dash?
What's the casting time for fly?
Let me look. I think it's instant. It's attached to my DOS loot.
Yeah, but is it like an action or a bonus action?
Let me look. Sorry, I have to go through my big book. It's an action, so I wouldn't be able to dash with it.
Correct.
I'm gonna go ahead and use that though, because that'll at least get me 60 feet regardless, and then next time I can go extra.
Okay. So you use your action.
So I want
to cast
60
fly.
feet in the direction of that portal.
Yep, and then you use your movement for 60 feet. Fair enough. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna use this map, or I'm gonna write out a map, I should say, so that I can keep track of what's going on and just describe to you what's going on. I realized I was not prepared. Okay. Let's see. While I do this.
I have locate object if we... I don't know if that one will work, because it has to be a familiar object. But I am familiar with what it is. I don't know. We can try it. It's up to 1,000 feet. Let's check.
Solara, you are up.
I don't think I have anything to do, so
Stay with
I'm
Anya and
just
fortify.
following. I'm just following you guys. We just have to find it. I'm not helpful. I'm just gonna follow you guys, I guess. Not really have
Okay.
anything to help. Yeah.
I think you should stay with Anya and just like fortify a little bit with your little tank cleric body.
I have like 10 hit points. I don't think I should stay by the door.
Oh, maybe you should heal.
Yeah, but
You should heal yourself.
Heal yourself.
We're gonna end up in combat inevitably.
what if we just zip out once we have the thing, though?
But we still have to make it back to the council room.
The last time, so
We still have to make it to the council room where there's inevitably going to be gift ganky now at this point. Because we
Gift
set
ganky.
off commotion.
Which was not our fault.
That was not our fault, and I don't appreciate DMR blaming us for that. How are we to know that they had infiltrated the library? That seems useless.
Yeah, and lots of people don't look Baldric directly in the eyes. She's
a large woman.
6'6" woman with giant tits. Hard to
I'm
keep
pretty sure your
focused.
boobs are at eye level for most people.
My boobs are at eye level. I'm used to people not looking directly at me.
All right.
Just let us drink a potion.
Okay. Go for it, and you can go ahead and roll your stats. Asha and Pearl are also, they kind of see what Anya's doing, and they kind of help guide patrons around the snare while Anya builds the snare and creates the snare. So they're kind of doing traffic detail. Calliope, you're up.
I'm gonna dash after Baldric.
Okay, 60 feet.
Yep.
Very good.
I'm just trying to get over there.
You see Valdric kind of sprout these ethereal wings and shoots forward. You're right on her tail, but you realize quickly she's going to be far from you because she is very quick. All right, top of the order. That's 6 seconds gone. Valdric, you're now flying. You want to continue on?
Is Anya's just gonna continue holding action until she has combat?
Oh, I'm sorry, Anya. Anya is top of the order. Yep. You gotta bring
mic
your
is
mic
up.
down, but you look so cute.
I didn't say anything important. I don't
Well,
really know.
everything
yeah,
you say is important.
I guess I'll hold action. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you tell me otherwise when you want to do something or change that. But for now, for sake of time, I will assume you are holding action on your turn. Okay. Cool. So your trap is set.
I'm through that
Asha-
portal.
That portal. So you're 90 feet, you can fly 60, and then you dash another 60, so you get to the tornado. It's just a spiraling books. It goes up, and it's got a top. So you get to it. What do you do?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna get in it and let it take me up a little. You know what? Scratch that. Can I back up? I don't want to dash. I'll move forward my full 60, and then I want to cast locate object. And would that work for what I'm trying to do? Because it says an object you're familiar with, and I know its name, and I know what it is. Like, they described it to me pretty well, right?
They described the idea of it, but like the physical material of it, if there even is a physical material, you're not sure. So unfortunately, I mean, you cast it, but it doesn't give you much information, unfortunately.
Okay.
But that's okay. You're 60 feet closer, and you tried it. Didn't work out. Next turn, you have to try something else. Solara, are you also going to hold action with Anya, or?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you guys are kind of holding action.
Yeah, we're just hunkering down.
Hunkering. Good old hankering. Calliope.
Getting ready to beat some Gith Yankee.
I am dashing again towards Baldric.
Dash.
I am not fast.
Yeah. And because she cast a spell and did an action, you're right there with her. So both of you are 30 feet from this.
Take me with you.
From this little tornado. Okay. Another 6 seconds passes. Baldric, go ahead.
Okay. I guess I'm getting in the fucking tornado. I don't know. I guess, but it would be much more fun to do it in the tornado. Yeah, I'm gonna hop into the tornado, and then my bard heart tells me that I should start like singing or something and see if anything starts resonating with that vibe. Like, do I feel like I would know any Zephyros music, any songs like that in my travels from their culture, and if I would just start singing.
You can, okay, so you can start singing.
Look, I'm looking for anything to vibe with the energy.
As far as looking for energy, you don't necessarily find anything. You get to the base, and it's pretty more. It's more solid than you would expect, like, or tornado to be. Like, it's structured in design. Just kind of books whipping around. It's you try to like enter the base of this tornado, and it's not. I mean, the books kind of push, but then they go right back to where they're supposed to be.
Can I just say out loud, like, I don't know, I'm looking for the last song of the Sky Singers.
Okay.
Almost like a Dewey Decimal System computer, like, just hitting buttons.
Yeah, so you get out there, and we'll say this is your action, is just trying to sing and speak to find the object, we'll say.
Give book to me.
Your song is very beautiful. Your words fall on deaf ears. Gotta try again next turn. But you are at the base of it, we'll say. And you have flight active. Calliope, you see Baldric do this. Nothing happens. What do you want to do? You're 30 feet away.
I guess I would also enter the tornado. What's it called that we're looking for again? The last
song of the Sky Singers.
song of the Sky Singers. I'm trying to think. I feel like Calliope would go alphabetically and try to find like where it could fall. Like, you know how by like author's last name or by book title in libraries they'll be alphabetical.
Mm-hmm.
I think Calliope would do that and go to where she thinks that would be on the shelf and just start scanning.
Okay.
Because it's a library, so there has to be like order somehow for them to find them easily.
Yeah. So are you just pulling a book?
I guess I feel like it'd be like on the spines of what they are. I feel like she'd be scanning the spines until she would see something that would look vaguely like she needed.
Okay. Roll a d20, and I'll tell you in a second what it should be for.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
We'll say just investigation.
That's a 24.
24. Okay.
I'm really nosy, guys.
And what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, Draconic, Celestial, and Sylvan, and I have Comprehend languages.
Okay, that's active. All right, so you, I would say, we don't know quite yet, but you're able to pull a few, use your movement 30 feet. In this 6-second span, you're able to pull like 1 or 2 books and kind of get a grasp of what they're talking about. It is alphabetical from A, starting at the bottom, and it goes all the way up. You just kind of grab 2 books, and it's like Eric Cochran, AA, and then you pull like maybe like a Song of the Azirs or something. So you're getting close, and the next like kind of level would be B. Most of these 3 books that you pull, 2 or 3 books, are in Eric Cochran and Arin. So you're not sure what the rest of them are, but yeah, nothing about a lost song or anything. You see, you would pull a book probably about the Windukes of Akka, and not necessarily worshiping them, but more like song of tale of the 4 dukes that you just spoke to.
Okay.
Spelled
I would-
AAQA, so found at the very bottom.
I would pass on to Valdric. Let her know that it's alphabetical, starting at the bottom being A, going up, and that it all seems to be an Eric Cochran.
Okay.
I will also say, so let me backtrack a little bit. You pull one of the books. It's not necessarily a book. It's more like a cylinder, and it has like a handle in it. And when you pull the handle, the steam kind of flows out, and it more speaks the book to you. So none of these books are actually written languages. You're actually hearing Arin and Eric Cochran
Okay.
audibly, like in your mind. So that way, like if people are sitting around the archives reading, if they're not just pulling stuff and just random gibberish is coming out, they hear it telepathically being read to them in their mind. It's literally like hitting start on an audiobook.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. That's that. You're there. "72 seconds now. Valdric, what would you like to do?
Okay, with that information, I would like to do 2 things.
Get a new song going.
Oh no, the
I
music's getting so
don't like
intense!
this.
Get faster.
Next
You're giving me
phase.
anxiety.
Sick. Okay, I'm gonna do several things.
Okay.
I'm going to fly up to where S is.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Comprehend Language on myself as my action.
Okay.
And I want to, I don't know if you'll let me use like a bonus action to like grab a book, but I'm now actively looking for the last song of the Sky Singers, or anything with Sky Singers.
Okay. This tornado is about 100 feet tall. So to get to the S's, you fly about you can get there in your full movement of 60 feet. So you have to use the whole 60 feet. You're a little more than halfway. You pull a book with your bonus action, we'll say. Oh, you said action was to cast Comprehend Languages.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And then your bonus action, you pull a book. And we'll get to that on your next turn. That's basically what you can do. Yeah, clapping. What you got?
Do I have to step back into the tornado? Is it like it takes you like an elevator? It takes you up and then brings you back down.
No, it's actually like you step into the tornado and you expect to kind of get whipped around, but you're more just kind of like move the books, and you don't get taken anywhere. You're still, your feet are flat on the ground. Ground might be made out of cloud. You're not really sure what the solid ground is, but you're standing on it. It doesn't take you up.
Okay. I think if Valdrick's at S for like Sky Singer, I would go to like the T's and start doing like, if they're weird and go by the last song of the Sky Singers, I would start there.
Okay. Do you also have fly up and active right now?
I do not. I don't have fly.
Okay. You would have to find some way to fly up there. Basically, this system is used by Aarakocras, and they just fly up. They grab a book and bring it down. So you're kind of like, Baldrick's on the right path of flying, and you're like trying to figure out how you can get up there. The most you could probably reach is like the bees.
Wait. Please hold. I might have something that might work. Where is it? I have a spell called Spider Climb. I'm trying to find it so that I can read that to you.
Okay.
It should be, it allows you to like climb on walls without impeding your movement, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay.
I know I have it. Really.
This music is making me write so like intense.
Giving me so much stress.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
Ah.
Poor Cabe. He's like screaming in agony.
Yeah.
Gotta find this book, man.
He's going through it.
It's
Sorry,
very
buddy.
important. Okay. Spider Climb. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch gains the ability to move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving its hands free. The target also gains a climbing speed equal to its walking speed.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you get to this tornado. You're like patting around. You try to enter it. It doesn't take you anywhere. You kind of get flustered, and you have your spellbook and wand already in hand, and you cast this spell. And as you do, little hairs start forming out of the finger pads of your fingers, and you just kind of blink and put one hand on the archive, the spinning archive, and as you do it, it latches on and you start spinning around, but you can start climbing, and so you're climbing up this spinning cylinder, this spinning solid tornado, and yeah, you climb. Let's see, so last turn you got there. Yeah, you can climb 30 feet.
Feel like I would climb as high as I could go and glance at the books wherever I stopped.
Okay. I would say 30 feet high. You maybe get to like the K's. So your action was the spell, right?
Yeah,
Spider climb.
it's an action.
All right, we'll say the same thing that I did for Valdrick. Your bonus action, you pull a book. And Valdrick, it is your turn. You have a book in your hand. What do you want to do? You're reading.
I want to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it say?
You pull it. You open it, and what did I say? You're at the S's. Getting me thinking on my toes here. Were you at T's or S's? I can't remember. What did you say?
I'm at S's.
Okay, at S's. All right. You pull a book. silky splendor. As you open it up, it starts singing songs to you about the basically the ropes that kind of connect the clouds together, and you're like, you pull another. Are you trying to stay in the same section to pull?
Yeah, I'm trying to. If that one's Silky Splendor, then I'm doing alphabet in my head, trying to find Sky Singers.
Sky Singers. Okay. So you pull another S. It we'll say make another investigation check as you're trying to actively do this.
19.
Okay. It's like you guys ever play that Cyclone game at the arcade where you're at the circle and the light's going around, you had to hit the stop button and try to get the light on the jackpot? It's literally like that. It's spinning around and you're like, okay, S, okay, SA, SB, SC. You grab a book. 19.
19. Can I add my inspo die from my last time?
Yes, now would be.
Can I boost it? Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use my D10.
Okay.
I never use my inspo. It's a 7, so 26 in total.
26. You pull a book on Sky Singers.
Ah!
It doesn't. It starts to play a song about these kind of higher beings that spend most of their day at the temple of Cord, worshiping Cord. It has a verse. The bridge is mostly like lamentations of how they wish they had more to offer Cord, but they just don't. They don't have the words to express his majesty, I guess you could say. And being the bard that you are, with a 26, you glean the fact that, like, oh, these words that they're searching more, that they're lamenting over and tearing their clothes over, maybe these words could only be found in this lost song. Like, if only they had this lost song that they could worship Cord with. So, get a little bit more information, but it's not the song that you're looking for.
Baldrick's cursing. Can I take my movement? I want to try, because they said it is somewhere in the archives. Zenith is the keeper of the archive, keeper of the lost song. Yeah, because I already tried to, like, identify if somebody was in here, right? Like, there was another person in here that, like, looked like a library keeper.
Yeah, I don't think I gave you an answer because there was stuff going on. So going back to that, I would say in the chaos, it was, you kind of you were able to use your roll to get to the section, but there wasn't necessarily a person. You can just, if you wanted to, try again.
This is... I don't think this is right, but I'm gonna take my full 60 to try to get up to Z.
Okay.
Like the Z section.
Okay.
And then maybe Calliope you can take again to peek around and see if there's anybody library keeper looking. I feel like you would be more astute for that than I would anyway.
Alright, so you fly up to Z. You are at 100 feet. Calliope, you're flying around in circles about 30 feet high. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna climb up to where the T section is.
Okay.
If I
She
can
wants
make
the
it
T.
there with my 30 feet. And
let's
then
see.
what is... You said I'm at, like, K right now?
Yeah, you're 30 feet high, 60 feet would get you, like, make a, as a wizard, make an athletics check to see if you can reach to the T section, because it's a reach. That's going to be a tough roll for you. It's fun, though. It's not a roll you're used to making.
No!
It's fun for me.
You know what? It's not a negative to it. Okay, I mean, that's a 15. I only
Okay.
have a +1. I rolled decent.
Okay. You reach and you get to like the TA. You find a TA book.
I don't necessarily want to grab a book yet because I want to. Would it be an action for me to, from there, look out, or is this like a free action? Because I want to look and see who's left after everyone has, like, not rampaged, but like mass exited the library.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can see Zenith or someone who could be helpful for this.
Yeah, so it would be either or. Either you would search a book or you would do an investigation of your surroundings. So you want to look down, like, now that you kind of have like a bird's eye view.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. All right, 60 feet high. We'll give you advantage because it's a pretty open area. It's pretty easy to spot people. You are going around in circles, so you're actually getting a decent vantage, and you're 60
She's
feet
getting
high.
a full view.
Yeah, I'm doing a 180.
Yeah, so advantage on this roll. Investigation. Or actually, it'll be perception. This one will be perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, sorry.
How dare you? Not that one. The 15. I have Bardic that I'm gonna add to it that I got last session.
Okay. And Bardic Inspo, does that last a minute?
I think Bardic
I
Inspo
think
lasts
it's-
until you use it.
Yeah.
Let me take a little peeky in my spell
So,
book.
I think I just got it down.
Ooh, it is within the next 10 minutes.
Okay, 10
Ooh.
minutes. Yeah, I would
It
say
was during the.
it's been longer than a minute since your combat, but I don't think it's been quite 10 minutes. So, yeah, you still have it.
Okay. 15.
I'm assuming that happened during combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Popped her on the ass. Because I was scared for her. A lot of
24.
people.
We always
Yeah,
go.
because I was right next to you. 24.
Rolled a 9 on a d10. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. You look out, and there's flying Aarakocra out. You spot one such Aarakocra that is set apart and has a white cloak on, flowing cloak, full length, and has a hood up. Not in a menacing sort of way, just kind of like the hood stops on the top of his head, so his full face and beak is in sight. Kind of flying around, not in a panic like the other flyers are, more just like searching for any way that he can help, helping people kind of gather themselves and get out. You get the sense that this is a worker. Could be Keeper Zenith, but definitely not a Gith.
I'm gonna let Valdric know, but then I kind of want to yell at him and get his attention to come over to us.
Okay. We'll say this action, this turn was spent searching for him and
Doing that? Okay.
Yeah, you feel like you found what would be a library worker here, so someone to keep the archives. Okay.
Can I let Valdric know this turn? Like, as I spot him, just send through the toe ring.
Yeah, we'll say that's a free action. You communicate that to Valdric. No problem.
Perfect.
All right, down to a minute left of the estimated time that Diamor gave you. Valdric, you were where again? You're at the Z's at the very top.
Yeah, I had moved up to Z.
Okay. What do you want to do?
So she just communicated with me about the worker. I'm going to, because I'm gonna move as close as I can towards him, and then use send message to communicate in his head, and say, no time to explain. Looking for lost song of Sky Singers sent by High Council. Help quick, gift coming!
Okay. Make a so your request is help.
Yeah.
Overall. So we'll say make a persuasion. You're persuading him to help you.
Big persuasion, baby. 18 plus 13.
Yeah. 31.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big boy.
And you have comprehend languages up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Cast that for the books.
He begins. So you're flying towards him.
Yeah. Like a bullet. Naruto
Okay.
run, but through the air.
Yeah. So you're at the very top. So you fly 60 feet down. You use your action to persuade. So you're not quite at him yet. So I guess he would have to respond in your head telepathically. I was trying to decide if he was saying this audibly, but telepathically you hear back the first like 2 words are Aarakocra as he starts. He says, "What? Who?" And then switches as he sees. He thinks that you are this like majestic. I mean, you're a celestial being, Asimar, flying towards him with ethereal wings. In all your College of Glamour and Glory. So he quickly switches to a more regal language and switches to Aran. And you hear him say, "What do you need? I'm here to help."
Last song of the Sky Singers. Need it now.
And he says, "Follow me." And begins to fly towards you. And so that's his turn. Or that's your turn. Calliope, you don't hear, but you see, as you spotted and pointed out Zenith, you see Valdric flying towards him. He looks at her curiously, and then seems to have a neutral face on him as you assume they're communicating telepathically. What do you want to do?
Yes, I would send through the toe ring to Valdric and ask, do you want me to stay and keep looking or find my way down at this point?
Find your way down.
Yeah, I guess I would start climbing down then if she has someone actually coming to help find the book. Song.
Okay. All right. So you start climbing back down.
Fucking dash my way down.
Yeah.
So I stop going around in a circle.
Yeah, you're able to just kind of push your way down. You use your feet to find surface on anything, any book that lands there, and you make it 60 feet down. This tornado. So you make it to the base on your turn after dashing. All right, so that's that.
Cursing in my head. I'm still gonna stay close because I don't want to be near the door.
Okay.
For sure to stay towards the bookcase where Valdric is heading back to.
Valdric, before you go, this Aarakocra that you believe to be his Keeper Zenith darts, extends his wings out behind his robes and shoots off towards you like a dart, coming straight for you with a determined face. His hood kind of flies back as he does. And as he gets to where you're at, you realize that he's looking past you and just keeps flying right past you. And it's your turn. You are 60 feet now from the top of the tornado. He's flying at the top of this, right where you just came from, essentially.
I follow him up there and telepathically commune to Anya and Solara and Calliope what's going on and what we're doing, and say that we're close to finding it.
Okay. We'll say it takes him 2 turns to get there. So at the end of his second turn, keeping time here, he makes it to the top, and at the end of this second turn, you see him go over the top of this tornado and dive bombs straight into the top of it. And you're flying and you're following him, and he just disappears. So you can either choose to follow right after him into this. You look at the top of this tornado, and it's not like the inside of this tornado like you would expect. It's kind of shrouded in gray.
Oh
swirling
god.
mist.
Yeah, do I feel like this is about to portal me somewhere? You know, fuck it, doesn't matter. I follow him down.
Balls deep. Boom. Goes right in. The rest of you see a plume of fog as two figures shoot into the top of this tornado. And sure enough, go back to our other vibe.
This is not a fun vibe sound.
Actually, let me give you a really not fun vibe sound. Let's do this one.
That's even worse.
Like many times before, the Amulet of the Plains, Cabris's plane shifting that he's done on you, your object that you would teleport back to Phantasmo, you shoot into this thing and just feel a lurch in your stomach as you try to hold back your brunch that you had with the ladies, swallow it back down, swirling through time and space. It's cold. The fog around you is biting your skin until it's over. And you land on this stone cold surface. And now the dormant cloud is no longer under your feet, but kind of on the walls and on the ceiling above you. You look up. It's no longer the tornado. It's cloud, and you see it's just a hallway, and there are kind of floating bits of sheet music floating around. And Keeper Zenith has already landed, and pulls out a staff, I guess, that he had on his back, and kind of illuminates it and lights the way a little bit, as it is pretty dark in here, and begins walking slowly towards the other end of the hallway. The clock is still ticking, but with it being theater of the mind, ask any questions that you have about the environment. I won't rush you, but the clock is still ticking.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would just follow behind him and try to take in my surroundings, and literally, I think I would only ask, where are we right now?
We are in the pocket dimension of the Sky Singers. It is not a dimension that can be traveled lightly. It is why the music itself is lost. No such daring traveler has entered. But if you say you are desperate, and after seeing our city under siege and taken prison by these astral pirates, I must help in any way I can. The way is perilous.
I would like to use my final bonus action to take my superior healing potion.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. Go and roll that.
And I guess just continue to follow him.
Okay. He leads you on with haste, but like careful. He's not shooting forward. He is walking, but briskly, so he's not using his flight. He leads you down a maze of walls, and as he leads you on with his staff, the fog around the walls around you kind of pushes aside, and you can see that the walls are covered in murals of sheet music and books. Probably landing there, having that conversation, getting around this maze probably takes you about 18 seconds. Before, let's see. I guess I should ask. So you have 2 rounds to kind of take in your surroundings. Do you want to do anything in particular?
Yeah, I would use my toe ring to communicate everything back to the wenches and say, I did dive into what was definitely a planar shifting thing, and now we're in a very perilous place. But the Birdman says that it'll all be okay, and we're gonna make it through, and he's got a nifty little torch, and there's lots of music things here, so I think it's okay, and we'll be back shortly. We'll, be so safe. Good luck with the Get Stanky.
You guys can communicate back. You got 12 seconds, I would say, if you want to. We're Solara and Anya, during this minute that passes by, you kind of see, you're keeping an eye on your friend, but you're also keeping an eye on the situation. Do you guys want to do anything?
Can we see, like, if the gifts are a person from where we are in the doorway?
Make a perception check from where you're at.
I love perception checks.
Okay. You finish making your snare. It seems like most of the patrons are trickling out, or just kind of like the immediate threat's gone, so they kind of just stick around and like don't really, do anything. I mean, none of their people died. It was just 3 Gith. And so you're kind of able to finally calm the situation down to take a look and see if this impending threat is coming. You do look out, and you see this like dark cloud way in the distance coming towards the city. As you're making your snare, it's getting closer and closer, until the point where you see that it's not a dark cloud. It is actually a swarm of gargoyles that are like in flying V formation, flapping. Seemingly, there appears to be behind them like a portal that they're coming out of. They're just spawning and flying out of. And through the grapevine, back from Tiernan, Tiernan tells you telepathically, Xerxes says that Xander says that Diamor says that these gargoyles are but an illusion spawned by him as to appear as an invasion from the elemental plane of Earth. Apparently, the demon boys know a little bit more about the affairs of the elementals than they lead on.
Always so helpful, and yet not so helpful.
Xerxes says that Xander says that Diamor says that this should pose as an immediate threat to the Wind Dukes of Akka, and if the GIF gets involved, then all the better, but at least should buy your friends some time. Do you need me?
That's great intel. I want you to continue to be my eyes. XOXO. Mama Anya.
Won't be long until they discover that this is but an illusion, and when they do, they will see the commotion at your cluster of clouds.
They'll come, but we're ready.
Okay.
As soon as you see them turn towards us, let me know.
Okay. And this, we'll say this conversation happened while Calliope's spider climbing, Valdric is flying, looking at books. So this happened. Yeah, this happened earlier. Solar, did you want to do anything during this time?
I guess I could message Cabris and see if he's still tweaking.
You tweaking out right now?
What did he have?
I'll say, hey, I heard you were tweaking. Is that still happening? What's going on? That's all I got. That's all I'll say.
You hear
If he responds.
even telepathically, you hear that he is mentally drained and as if like he's out of breath, but speaking to you through telepathy, and says, "Father, great army, demons, they're coming. He's amassed hundreds, thousands, an invasion, forcing me to see this, entered my mind, threatened me. Then he goes silent.
I'm gonna leave him on red.
Leave him on red. Red, 11:17 p.m.
You're like, he's okay. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's all we got. Yeah, just continue waiting then.
Can you tell us the rings?
Yeah, I'll tell y'all. I'll tell y'all what he said.
Okay. So Valdric, sorry, go ahead, Charlotte.
I was gonna say the demons, and I'll say this to Solara. If the demons are coming to assist the gift, then we really need to get out of here.
Yeah. So Valdric, hurry it up. Let's go.
Stop putting the hustle into this. Aarakocran's moving at 2 miles an hour.
It's like you're trying to follow an NPC in a video game, and they're just like walking.
And I can't walk, but he can.
Yeah, and you're just like you're jumping, you're exploring, you're like looting, and the whole time they're just like walking so slow. You're trying to push them. Calliope, you have a couple turns before we skip back to Valdric. That if you're at the base of this archive tornado, if you wanted to do anything or get set anywhere.
Can I move? I want to move towards the Githyanki that we killed, and I want to check their bodies and make sure there is nothing, like no orders, nothing important that is on them. And also probably grab a sword, because I think Valdric said she wanted a sword.
Oh no, I got a sword.
You already grabbed a sword? Okay.
Yeah,
You kept it? Good.
I got that Get Yankee sword.
Okay.
And if there's nothing important, I want the red gems off of that.
Okay, the red gems would take some time to get off. You would also need some. I don't know if I made you do this before, but you do need some tools. Probably
Extraction tool.
some sort of extraction tools.
Is a dagger count?
It would be a crude way of doing it, and I would impose disadvantage, and you would risk breaking the gems, but it is doable with a dagger. If you're trying to be more precise,
Yeah.
you need like thieves' tools.
I feel like I would check for like orders first on them before I would even think about going for the gems on their armor.
Okay. You go through their bodies. You find, we'll say, just gonna roll some dice here. 21 gold pieces between the three of them, so not too much. But all of them had the same note that just said archives. And it has a symbol next to it that you comprehend with your spell active. You comprehend as like the word for like stationed or patrol or
Okay.
lurk, guard.
Well, that's fun.
It's very fun. Voldrick, you are following a very slow NPC. The walls beside you are slowly, the fog is peeling aside that you can reveal this mural of sheet music down this maze of walls. At the end, he pushes aside more mist and fog to reveal a large 10-foot, maybe 10 to 12-foot statue of this like hooded figure. The statue is colored. It's not just like gray stone. It seems to be intricate in detail. Tall orange, purple skin with orange eyes, green hood kind of looking down as it has this hand, and it has like crackling lightning kind of in, statue form is kind of connected to it, all around it, and it's got like bangles of gold jewelry, like armored shoulder plates. It has one hand to its side, and it's one hand up here, and floating beneath this hand is some ancient-looking parchment with some scribbles on it from where you can see. And it's just kind of looking down. Its eyes are glowing orange.
Is it looking at me?
You kind of like go to a different side, and its eyes seem to not necessarily follow. You're not sure if it's an illusion or what, but it looks, no matter where you're at, it keeps eye contact with you. It appears to be female. Got like dark blue purple braids that kind of hang down, mostly hidden by this green hood that's over her face, over her head, I should say, and this green cloak that kind of flows down to her knees.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Zenith. I'm gonna assume that the scroll we're wanting is the one that's up there, with being held by the very scary statue woman.
I've never been this far before.
Oh, good.
It is a myth at this point. Anything that we see, it seems to be this is what we are looking for.
Do I get the impression that if I try to pull that sucker, I'm gonna get in big trouble? That's what it looks like, right?
Make a Arcana check if you're trying to see if it's like, are you trying to see if it's trapped or like,
Yeah, I guess to see if it's trapped and to try to discern like what the trap is. If it is, like, can I disarm this kind of trap, or is it more of a puzzle than it is a trap? Is kind of what I'm trying to discern from this. The 21 on my roll.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with the glowing eyes and everything, you pick up that this is magical, so I would say the Arcana checks out. With a 21, it does seem a little too good to be true. It does seem a little Indiana Jones you know, taking the skull or whatever he
Yeah.
grabbed that caused the
Yeah, the
trap.
golden template.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little statue.
Can I identify what this trap is like going to be triggered by? What is the blue lightning connected to?
You can. The only downside would be that it would cost you a little time if you want to make that sacrifice. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'd rather not get blasted by this thing. I'm scared of it. I'm so scared. I would like to try to identify where this lightning is going, how to get to the scroll without dying.
Okay, make another perception check.
Okay, 18.
Okay. You don't necessarily see like a way. It does seem like it's on a golden platter for you. You don't see any necessarily connection with the lightning bolts. They seem to be in conjunction with the statue. They're made out of stone, just like the rest of the statue. They are just gray. It's gray stone.
And do I recognize what this statue is of, or is it just a woman?
Make a nature check.
A 3 on nature. 15.
I will also, if your religion is higher, you can add your religion instead of nature.
Okay, 17.
Okay. You, in your recent curiosity of Cord the Storm Lord, you get the sense that this is a storm giant. You don't, with your 17, you don't know specifics, like if it's of someone like famous, it's like a infamous storm giant, or if like what type of storm giant, or you know, if it's gonna, I'm not really sure, but with your 17 you get at least that much.
Okay. Can I cast like lightning bolt at the at the platter where her lightning is going to? Can I cast lightning up there in like a non-aggressive way? Is that a thing?
You can do whatever you want. You can do what you like.
I'd say that could be flirting.
Yeah, maybe
Cast
I'm flirting
lightly
right now.
in a non-aggressive way.
Yeah, if it's like a storm giant and it's for Cord. Yeah, fuck it. Oh god. I just don't want to hit it. Fuck. I feel like I need like time, and I know I don't have it. I know we only have like 10 minutes left. Sure, fuck it. I'm gonna use Descendant of the Storm and cast lightning on myself. No, I mean like it automatically makes me into like my lightning celestial self.
Okay. All right. In this time, you have one more move until DMR said that you're out of time.
Fuck. And I know Cord is a Stormlord and he's a barbarian, right? Like he is a god of like that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I think, who was it that gave you this information?
Diamor.
Was it Diamor? Yeah.
Yeah.
Said that he's the god of strength and storms. His armor is mated from dragon hide. He wields the great sword Kelmar. His most well-known temple is the Hall of the Mighty.
Okay, then I don't think a song would necessarily do it here, even though it is holding a song. Fuck! Fuck. I guess I'm gonna try to approach the statue. I don't know what else to do. That'll be my
Approach it.
final action, is I'm just gonna walk towards it, I guess. Maybe also, like, announce who I am as I approach. And my intention. I don't know. Just, you know?
Okay.
What else am I gonna do? I don't want to aggress it unless it's aggressing me. I can tell that it's, you know, it's gonna be a problem, but I'm hoping for it not to be.
You take a step forward, and Keeper Zenith takes a careful step backwards. You take another step forward, and he seems to kind of just be being really cautious. You approach, you introduce yourself,
I would bow real low.
you bow in reverence, and nothing changes about your surroundings. Nothing changes with the statue or the floating piece of ancient text, parchment.
I'm gonna have to fucking touch it. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's all I can do.
Okay.
Guess I touch it.
I'm never gonna let Baldric go anywhere by herself again.
Baldric assessed the best she could.
I think she's doing great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no blame on you. It's just when we let any of us go anywhere by ourselves, weird shit happens.
During this time, switching back to the rest of the wenches, you see Anya, you keeping your perception roll, you're kind of keeping an eye on this cloud of gargoyles, and you're seeing the diversion kind of work. You see the Gith around the city of Zephyros kind of take to the skies by means of summoning their red dragons, and you kind of see some of them get ready on the edge of these cloud clusters, but some of them maybe 2 or 3 of them go up to scout with their red dragons that seemingly came out of nowhere. Maybe you caught a glimpse of an astral portal being formed and a red dragon flying through, but they fly up to this cloud. They just kind of like brace for, like, they're like, what is this, like, what is going on? They kind of fly backwards as this cloud gets closer, and they're just kind of readying their weapons. They decide, as this thing gets too close to Zephyros itself, that it's too much of a risk to figure out what's going on or which side these gargoyles are on, and they attack. They go forward. You see a breath of fire shoot from the dragon, and some magic shooting out from the Gith's arms. One of the Gith has its greatsword. It slices, and as they all make contact, the illusion fades and vanishes right before them. They kind of are left there stunned in midair, realizing quickly that it was, in fact, an illusion, and not spending too much time figuring out where the illusion went, but now trying to look why there was an illusion or who cast it. So they start now actively searching all over Zephyros, all over the city. They seem to spot the commotion that is going on here at the archives, and you see kind of one of the commanders shouting orders, and two of them on dragons start heading towards you, and the other Gith around the city kind of ready themselves and are kind of like more on edge, come out from the shadows that they were lurking in, and some of them start blinking through portals towards you, closer to you, blinking across cloud clusters to get to where you're at. They are coming.
This is the worst.
Real quick, our final cliffhanger of the night. I guess if do you guys want to react to this at all? They're very far from you, but time is up, so they have spotted as Diamor predicted, what's going on.
You hate to see it.
So the three of you, Clappy, Solara, Anya, you want to do anything?
Just through the touring. Say incoming.
Yeah.
Okay. Valdrick, you get closer, your eyes starstruck in wonder looking at this intimidating being as your guide is kind of backing off. You hear in your head, as you kind of get close to the statue, you hear in your head, incoming, from a familiar voice of Anya.
Okay. Nope. Great. I'm gonna fly up towards the scroll and try to just draw level with it. Is it like open, or is it like the other ones where it's like a closed cylinder?
It is open and unfurled. It is the only part about this that's not a stone statue. Like, it's an actual piece
Can I
of
read it?
parchment. You also have comprehend languages up, right?
Yep.
Is that a concentration? Because you have fly up as well, and I think that's trying to remember, just so we get it logistically right.
Checking. 1 hour duration, non-concentration.
Okay, cool. So it's still active. You go to read this text, and I'll tell you what it says on the
Immediately
next
explode.
session.
Immediately I just explode.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I wanna leave this for next session because it's gonna kind of, it's pretty important. So I don't want to rush it. And it is. I want to be mindful of the time. It's 11:31. Amber is GG.
But wow, all that work and she doesn't even get to know what it says. It's pretty
I know.
funny. Classic.
But
Yeah, classic.
Work like a dog.
the anticipation will build for next session. So good
So
job, ladies.
stressed.
It was very Valdrick heavy. But great job, everyone. It was fun.
It's never good when Valdrick's in charge of any sort of puzzle.
I think it could have gone worse.
We
It
need
could have
to
gone
make-
so much worse.
We need to make a buddy system. Anytime one of us goes off by ourselves, not great things happen.
It's
Yeah.
fine. So the Gith are coming to get us.
So Lara went off by herself, and her brother lifted up off the bed, and his neck snapped. So
That is also true.
Dang.
That did happen. That is a fact.
It's crazy.
And Valdrick
For the lore.
The kids were coming anyways. Her
Yeah,
being
that's
here,
fair.
Not being here. That
I'm
was
just
kinda-
trying to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Because then at least we can whip out. You know, worst case scenario,
we need to tell the boys to come to us at this point.
they'll be fine. They can whip out too. They're big boys.
I don't even know.
Are they?
I love you.